I'm trying to share my slide, ma'am. One second. Screen. Just a minute. Hope my screen is visible, ma'am.
Yeah, perfectly, perfectly.
Okay, ma'am. Good morning. Sai Deepika, daughter of Vadlakshmi, who's an educational psychologist. And it's my honor and privilege to meet all APA family members on this splendid Sunday morning. And as mentioned, I'm a special educator. I have did my diploma in multiple disabilities in MIPMED Chennai. And even though my teaching is my profession, psychology is my passion, and that's why I did BA psychology, and I'm aspiring to do MSc clinical psychology. And today we are going to talk about cognitive dissonance. And first of all, if we come to the meaning, cognition is the thought process, and the dissonance is the lack of harmony and the disagreement between two thoughts. And when we come to the definition, cognitive dissonance is a psychological concept introduced by Leon Festinger. So there is a theory on cognitive dissonance, and it is by the American psychologist Leon Festinger, and it refers to the mental discomfort or tension a person feels when they hold two or more contradictory beliefs, values, or attitudes, or when the behavior conflicts with their belief. So when we come to the topic cognitive dissonance, and the reason why I have picked up this thing, cognitive dissonance will be cognitive dissonance is common for all the ages and stages, but moreover, it can be mostly seen in the young age, youth, and teenage. So, as per the International Journals of American Psychological Association, approximately it is evident that 75 to 77% of the youth are suffering from cognitive dissonance, and it is affecting their lifestyles. And that's why I have chosen the topic called Impact of Cognitive Dissonance Among the Youth. And because people naturally want consistency in their thoughts and actions, this discomfort often motivates them to change their attitude, beliefs, or behavior to reduce the conflicts. And when we come to the cognitive dissonance theory, as I told, it was proposed by American social psychologist Leon Festinger in his 1950s. And the theory explains about the mental discomfort the people experience. So there will be our ideal thoughts, and there will be the reality which clashes in between when we have two thoughts, like for example, we'll take the habit of smoking, and many people know that smoking is injurious to health, and they will just keep a belief that we are not supposed to smoke because it is injurious, and that is what our we are taught even during the childhood, and that it is injurious. But when it comes to the reality, going to the peer group, and they will just start smoking, and they will just take it as a very casual thing. Oh, everyone are smoking, and it is not a big deal for me. So at one point of time, their belief and the reality will clash, and that leads to a cognitive dissonance. And why the youth will be suffering from cognitive dissonance more than the 50% population in our world? Because the youth will be always swaying in the utopia, always living in their fantasy worlds, believing that their life will be just going like in the movies. Like if you take some examples, like there are many Telugu movies like having the college oriented movies, which the hero will be leading a very happy life starting from their supportive parents, and when it comes to the college he will be having supporting staff and the happy life, like all the culturals and everything. Like the example for like Kottavangar Lokam. In that movie, Varun Sandesh will be studying in the college, and he will be having a happy college life with the supportive staff, and he will be having his love story, and at last he will get the job, and everything will be like smooth. But when it's come to the real life, we will be having many struggles and many hard work in order to achieve all those things. We'll be having many semesters, interviews, and everything like most of the hard work we have to do in order to get a job like that. But in the movies, it will be just from this scene to that scene. It's just a shortcut. But when it comes to real life, it's not the same thing. That's why our ideology and our beliefs are very much different from the reality. Okay, so when it comes to the factors which contribute to the dissonance, our conflicting beliefs, like we will be holding two opposing ideas, like we all love animals, like we like the goat, sometimes we'll be calling it cute, and also, and we will be eating the meat. Isn't it like having two thoughts in the mind? Like one is like I want to like in the childhood, many of the people must be having a thought like, okay, when I grow up, I just want to save all the animals, I want to shelter for them, I want to take care of them. And we also eat the meat, and we also kill the same animals which we wanted to protect. Isn't it the opposing of ideas of like two ideas? So that is called as conflicting beliefs, and that leads to resonance. And behavior versus belief, like we will not behave in the same way that we believe, because acting in a way that goes against one's own values, like an individual who believes in healthy habits but overindulges in healthy food. So every day we'll be having a thought like we want to eat something healthy today, and we want to do something productive right after waking up. I'll wake up at the certain time, then I'll do so and so work, I'll be doing my own works in such a manner, in a very productive way. But when we wake up, all we do is just to turn off the alarm and to sleep again. Isn't it right? And when it comes to the food, we'll be having like someone will be dieting or for the skin or something. They'll just want to have some healthy habits, eating healthy fruits, vegetables, and everything. But when it comes to satisfying our taste buds, we'll be just eating the unhealthy food which we didn't want it to. So we know that junk food is not good for our health, but we will do it because it's not. So our belief and our behavior different. And when we come to another example, so there will be some families like orthodox families, and they will be having a different kind of like culture, or the tradition, or the way they behave, it will be different. And they will take some other family like a military based family, where they will be having very much discipline and that commitment to the work and the time they do and everything. But when these kind of students meet in one college, so what will happen at that time? And they will just form a peer group, and they will be changing their own thoughts which they got from their home. And at one point of time, they will realize that this is not how they are supposed to behave in the college according to their family traditions and everything. So they will be addicting to drugs, smoke, drinking according to their peer group, because once we step into the college, we will be acknowledging many kind of people who will be having different habits, and everyone differs. So uh, so at that time, they will realize that they are not fit into the family, and they will have many thoughts. And when it comes to the new information, encountering like new facts or information that directly challenges a deeply held belief, and also the social pressure, engaging in actions or holding beliefs to meet the expectations. See, we will be having some peer groups who will be from rich, poor, and middle class family, but we want to fit into them because we don't want to feel something low or something. We don't want our friends to look low. So what would we do? We will just keep aside all our family uh, expenses, or if we are worthy or not. We'll just what will we do? We'll just ask our parents for so and so thing. My friends are having that thing, and I do want this thing. But when it comes to the academics, are we performing the same as expected by our parents? They will need a branded phones, costly bikes, everything like which our friends circle will be having, because we don't want to just differ from them. Just because we want to fit into the society, we want to fit into our peer group, we are giving much burden to our parents, and we are not performing the same in the academics which they were expecting from us. That is why. So the social pressure will be on us because we will be not having genuine interest on that thing. But just because we want to meet expectations, we will be having the pressure on us, and we will be just behaving. And some personal issues like addiction to the drugs or traumas, or like the desire to avoid the change. And see what will be the signs of cognitive dissonance. The first, if we can see the discomfort before making a decision. So there will be many kinds of thoughts going on, like even for the normal people. Like if you won't take any decision, there will be many thoughts going on. So when there is a sign of like you're feeling some discomfort, should I take this or not? Is this good for me or not? So what will I overthinking? So there will be the discomfort. Feel of guilt for over past decisions. So you have taken a decision in some time and it's already happened. Now you will be having the thoughts of it. Okay, I should not have done this. Okay, this happened, I'm not supposed to do this at that time. After that, the shame or embarrassment regarding action or hiding. uh, Things will be happening in their life, and it will be more when it comes to resonance. And justification or rationalization of behavior will be every, like, it's a very common thing nowadays, because whatever the mistake we are doing, we kept comparing to our peer group or the other people who are doing the same. We'll just rationalize that thing. Okay, I'm smoking. Okay, it's not a big deal. Oh, others are also smoking. 10 more people are smoking. It's not something like only I'm doing. So they will just justify themselves, and they'll just answer their conscience, which will just protect their ego. But we know that it is not good for our health, but it is a very casual thing nowadays. And doing something which is out of a social pressure, as we spoke, it will not be our true interest, but because of the social, just because we want to fit into the society, we'll be doing that thing, which will be not in our conscience, which we didn't want it to do, but just for a peer group or something, just we want to fit into them, we'll just do it. And see, here I'm showing some emotional symptoms of cognitive dissonance. And the first one is stress. Of course, it is very common among the starting from like even the small children who's studying in the school to the work stress. So mainly, why do we get stress? Okay, let me give you one example. It will be because of the phone, because all we are not sleeping. Like because of the stress, we started using mobile for a longer time, because we play video games, we watch videos, and we will get instant dopamine, which we will use to release our stress. And after that, guilt, as we say, like cognitive dissonance will have a symptom of guilt, which we will just feel or regret for the past decisions, and it will lead to the anxiety. See, when will we get anxiety? Like when there are most of the things pending, we'll just postpone everything. Okay, tomorrow, or there is an exam in 1 week. I'll just think that okay, there are 7 days for the exam. I'll just keep on postponing. I'll just procrastinate, and I will just keep on doing my own things. But when it comes to the exam or the thing we have to submit on that time we'll be getting a higher level of anxiety, and that leads to stress, frustration. Okay, and after this we got restlessness, and of course we will get restlessness because all night we'll be using the phone and we'll be restless. And after this, frustration because of we are not doing the things which we have to do on the own time. And the embarrassment for everything we do, like it might be the small thing or a big thing. Like once we get attention of someone, we'll just get embarrassed. And what are the behavioral symptoms of cognitive dissonance? And the first one, as I said, it's a procrastination. So when will we procrastinate things? Mobile addiction, of course, because the mobile has a great power of attracting us towards it. And once we just take it into our phone, we'll just forget everything, our studies, our work, or whatever it is, we'll just forget, and we'll just keep on scrolling, doing our own things, and of course we will just procrastinate our thing. And after that, justification. So why would we not justify the things? Like when it comes and someone will be just pointing out at you, like you are supposed to do this at this time, and what are you doing? We'll just justify ourselves, like, yeah, I'm being stressed. Like this will be even applied in the smoking thing. Okay, if you go and ask someone who's smoking, and you will just ask like, Don't you know that is injurious to health, and why are you doing it? You just justify yourself like it's just something for my stress relieving. So everyone is doing it. Why can't I do it? Right? And after that, it will lead to denial. And once you realize that you are doing something you are not supposed to do, then you will not have self acceptance. Then you will not just accept yourself. No, this is not me. I'm not supposed to do this. So you will just keep on denying yourself. And after that, you will just keep avoiding the situations and even the people, because we'll be getting pointed out. And after that, neglecting. If you see in the picture, you will understand why do we neglect. And after that, impulsivity, like extreme anger and once like the stress and everything, it is also a behavioral symptom. And we also have some external physical symptoms because of the cognitive dissonance. It's headache. Like we almost get headache because of stress and frustration every day, and this is more. And we also get the digestive issues, and also some muscle tensions like cramps on your necks and all the muscle tensions, and we'll be sweating a lot. And also insomnia, which is also a sleeping disorder. Okay, so we all know that this week is a suicide prevention week. So how does cognitive dissonance can lead to vulnerable situations like suicide? And first, if we see conflicting beliefs and pressures, so there will be many expectations from our parents. Like my child has to achieve this thing. We want her to see on the top. And when we comes to our beliefs, we'll also have some passion, and like most of the parents will agree for the passion of the students, and they will just encourage them. But once we step into the college, there will be different thoughts which will be differing from the parents to the students. So at that time, when the conflict like when there is a conflict in the beliefs and the pressures of the uh, parents, and the priority will be changing. At that time you will be getting like am I even fit for this studies, or am I even fit as a daughter, am I even worthy to be a daughter for my parents? They are having higher expectations, and what am I doing? So, and after that, a threat to the self identity, they will be having many overthinking thoughts, and like, no, I'm not behaving as they are expecting from me. I'm not studying in the same way. I'm asking them like many things, like a mobile, bike, and whatever, like laptop, which is above our expenses just to fit into the society on the on my peer group. But what about my academics? Am I doing the same according to the expectation? No. So it leads to intensified emotional distress. So once a person gets emotionally stressed, and we all know what will happen, and the lack of coping resources, and once they are not able to accept themselves, then there'll be no coping resources, and it will just like a justification cycle. They will not be able to justify themselves, and it will always grow from a stress to frustration to higher impulsivity, and this will all leads to the situations like very vulnerable situations like suicide. And that's what the reason many students are committing suicide at a very young age, starting from the intermediate. Right after they see the results, and they will be like, okay, these are not the results expected by me or my parents. So how am I even able to like how will I even show my face to my parents, and how will they go and talk to their friend group, and what will they share about my marks? And even at the time of the mbbs, because in the movies we'll just see the mbbs period very happy moment, like it's something like happy moment. The mbbs students will be dating each other, and they will become even doctors. But mbbs is something very difficult, and being a doctor is a lifelong learning process. So reality is very much different from the movies, and the life is not as same as we see in the movies, and it's not so colorful. So we have to um, overcome many difficulties, many mistakes will be happening, and many things we have to just face, right? And in this cognitive dissonance, so what will be the role of a psychologist in reducing? So first, if we see guiding a person to change conflicting behaviors or beliefs. So when you go to your psychologist, and he will just guide you how to change your behavior and how to value yourself, and he will just guide you how to sorry, and he will just guide you how to change the behaviors of and your attitudes and the way you believe, and he will add some new cognitions to your mind. Like what is cognition? It's the it's our thoughts, it's our thinking process. So once we change our thinking process, our attitudes will be changed and our behavior will be changed, and after that we'll just justify existing, and psychologists will be uh, helping to justify the existing ones to create consistency, and also the to alleviate the psychological tension. So once our psychological tension is just getting reduced, then we'll be but then we'll be normal, and we'll be accepting ourselves. And the main thing, they will be using something like cognitive behavior therapy that we all know, which is very much useful for reducing cognitive dissonance. And the cognition, in the name itself we can say that cognitive behavior therapy, so we can reduce the cognition and behavior, which is also a change. So we they will just help us to encourage self-awareness to help individuals align their actions with their values. So once we start accepting ourselves, once we just come out of all those thoughts which we watch in the movies, and we just start we will be like what to say, if we start behaving in our own thoughts what we have to do, then we will be having some self acceptance, then we will just encourage and motivated in this self awareness, then we'll be getting satisfaction, and after that they will help us to foster personal growth and mental well-being. So at the last, in the conclusion, so this is the suicide prevention week. So it's a suicide prevention awareness month. So all we want is some suicide free India. So we'll all try together and have more workshops on this. And am I audible? Am I audible, ma'am? Seems like
Yes, you are audible.
okay. We have to do many awareness programs just like this, and we build a suicide free India. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat and Jai Hind. Thank you, sir. So, with this, I would like to conclude my presentation, and now I would like to um, extend my immense gratitude to Rajeshwari ma'am and Krishna Bharat sir for giving me this opportunity, and all APA family members. I would like to take all the advices and suggestions that you're supposed to give me, because I know there will be like many mistakes in my presentations, but still I'm very happy to present in front of you all. I'm ready to take all the advices and suggestions, and please ma'am. Thank you to everyone. And I would like to ask all of you to just share your opinions, advise me and suggest me to improve my skills. Ma'am, please unmute yourself and give me your valuable opinions and suggestions which you wanted to give me. Please, ma'am. Ma'am? Rajeshwari ma'am. Ma'am, can you all hear me? Am I audible? Stop, ma'am. Stop. Okay, sorry. I have to unmute. Okay. Which is now? Huh? Okay. Can you can all try now to unmute yourselves?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, sir. I should have checked the host rules before. Okay, now you can all unmute yourself and you can tell me your opinions, sir.
Your session is and you know, very, very, and the topic is, I think, we have, you know, you can experience this, the session between. I mean, it's very,
Ma'am, a little more audible.
thank you. It's very nice to share, you know.
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm.
Yeah. Thank you,
Hello,
Deepika. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Rajeshri ma'am. Rajeshri ma'am, I just want to say something. Am I audible?
You're
Yes,
audible,
ma'am.
ma'am.
You're on.
Yeah, yeah. Sai Deepika heard. I mean, it was in the post that you are mentioned as a student. Which year are you into?
Uh, Sorry, ma'am.
Uh, s- Ma'am, is it Pramila Rani, ma'am? Hello? Uh, I think Sai Deepika, they're asking about your profile. Can you brief about yourself?